Hey, what's up? My name is Jeff. I'm a home brewer. I've been brewing a little over 3 years now, and I've just stepped into an all-grain system. I was doing brew in a bag, started out extract, but this is my first video blog, and I wanted to put this together just for other people out there that are just about as passionate about it as I am. I'm going to show you my setup, a little bit what I'm dealing with, and if you have any questions, feel free to comment. I am by no means an expert brewer. I'm not putting my recipes together yet. I'm learning how to tweak them a little bit. I'm getting a little more confident in that area, but right now I'm really just trying to work through all the kinks in the system, using a pump, a plate chiller, and so forth, and just finding out what flows best. So this is the Blichmann top tier, and what I like about this system is that it is modular, meaning that you can configure it pretty much however you want. I'm using the 815 March pump and also a 30 plate chiller, and then yeah, really everything else is standard that comes with the top tier. The kettles, of course, you have to buy separately as well. I'm really impressed with these. These are made by Spike Brewing. These are TIG welded, so the valves and the thermometers, they're very, very, very nice welds, as you can see. And then a new feature on their kettles right now is this sight glass. It's a Pyrex sight glass, and I'm really impressed with how easy they are to clean. But it's a very, very durable, heavy-duty pot, and I've really enjoyed them. Right now I'm doing an all-grain. It's a kit from Austin Homebrew Supply. It's the Kalamazoo IPA. It's a two-hearted ale clone. But what I've done is tweaked it just a little bit. I just added another 3 pounds of two-row. Other things that I like about this, it's got a little accessory tier shelf, I guess you could call it. It can hold up to 50 pounds. I'm using my iPad right now. I'm using iBrewmaster. You can formulate all of your recipes on here, and then just kind of tweak those and modify them as you like. And then you can actually really get in there and you can start doing them to BJCP standards when you get into IBUs and colors and that sort of thing. So as you can see here, this is going to be about a 6.81% in ABV, and it's predicting the efficiency is going to be around 70. I don't really know how it can predict your efficiency. I think that's kind of based on your system and your methods. So another thing that I really like that I'm using, that I'm learning, is the auto sparge. This is also a Blichmann product. I wish I would have taken some video earlier of it in process, but basically it kind of works like a toilet ball valve. You set this here when the water level reaches a specific desired area that you set it, it'll shut off the flow through the auto sparge here. So John Palmer talks about this in How to Brew. This is just the circulation method. Some people would call it fly sparging, but the idea is just to keep a steady level of water about 1 to 2 inches above the grain bed without creating any channeling. And so far this has been pretty good. I'm doing 5-gallon batches. These pots are 15-gallon pots, so I'm thinking I might need to get some longer hose for this sparge arm, or this the auto sparge here, because it has to dip down so low. This is supposed to kind of float on the water like this here, but since my volume of water is way down here, it kind of wants to dip the tube down a little bit lower, and it creates a little bit of channeling, so you kind of have to get in there and mess with that. So I suggest, and what I'm going to do is just probably get some more silicone hose that's a little bit longer to compensate for the amount of volume that's in here. But I've got it set up here at a pretty high, I've drilled the hole pretty high here in the pot, so that when I do my larger volume boils, that it'll still work effectively in those ranges as well. This is a Bayou Classic pot. It was actually part of their brew kit that they sell. They sell 8-gallon and I believe 16-gallon. This is the 16-gallon pot. I'm really impressed with it. It's one of the nicer pots that I've seen Bayou Classics done. It's a heavy-duty stainless steel. It comes with the valve. You can see that the temperature gauge, it has all of your like your rest, your protein rest, and then it's got all of your conversions from dry, medium. Your steeping temperatures 170 usually. So, but anyway, it's got all that on there, which are pretty standard on the Blichmann temperature gauges. So I really like it for the money. The only downfall that I've seen as an issue is this pot has a lip here, as you can see, and that's about 3 inches from the bottom. And if you're doing small volume 5-gallon batch boils, your false bottom sits this high up off the ground, so you're really going to have an inefficient batch. And I'll show you kind of what an inefficient mash. This is the false bottom that it comes with, and you can see how high the legs are. So what's going to happen is you're going to have all water here and your grain bed here, and being that the volume of that pot is 16 gallons, the diameter is pretty wide, so your water level isn't going to really be much above the grain bed. So this is a very ineffective way of mashing for the smaller batches. I don't even like it for the larger batches, to be honest with you, but that lip here on the bottom of the pot, this lip here prevents you from trying to modify that screen because that screen is supported by this lip and those legs. So what I'm using now is a bazooka screen, I think is what they're called, and I like that a lot. It seems to be working so far. I haven't had any issues with a stuck sparge yet. This is my third batch on this system. So man, I've really had to work through some kinks, but so far I've really enjoyed using it. Anyway, like I said, this is my first post. I love the hobby. I'm out here every weekend doing something. If I'm not cleaning the gear, I'm preparing another batch in my mind. So for those of you out there that love this passion as much as I do, please leave a comment, send me any questions, or just like the video. But I plan on getting on here more often, posting more videos, trying to be a little bit more technical with the brewing language, because I'm in the learning process as well, and the best way to learn is just to do it and talk about it. So anyway, that's all I got.